Thanks, Nina. On the programme, plans to beef up policing in crime hotspots in a bid to tackle antisocial behaviour. Good afternoon, I'm Thomas Magill. The Met Police has promised to double the number of officers patrolling the West End and increase its use of live facial recognition technology. It's all part of an effort to beef up policing in crime hotspots where resources will focus on shoplifting, phone thefts and violence against women and girls. But it comes at a time when the force faces big job losses and budget pressures. Here's our Home Affairs correspondent, Sonia Jessup.
Helping himself with, apparently, no fear of any consequences. This shoplifter repeatedly targeted stores in Covent Garden. Over 2 months, he stole £9,000 worth of clothing. On Oxford Street, 6,500 phones were stolen last year. London's vibrant West End is also a crime hotspot.
I am always so paranoid. I don't take out my phone. I am so scared. I feel unsafe most times.
You make sure that everything is in your pockets. You try not to take any pictures, which is really sad because London never used to be like that.
The Met says it is targeting prolific offenders. That shoplifter we saw earlier was jailed for 28 days and fined. And in front of the media in Piccadilly Circus, the force announced it would double the West End teams with 80 extra officers and double its use of live facial recognition technology. It comes as the Met warns it will lose 1,700 officers and staff due to a budget shortfall.
We're going to make tough choices all the way through this, and there are some announcements linked to budgets that people say raise eyebrows about. But that's all because we're focusing on what matters most for Londoners, what do we need to attack most assertively, and the crime in town centres is obviously a part of that, and that's why today's announcement is a flagship part of this broader plan for the next 2 years.
Business representatives welcome extra police, but there's frustration it's taken so long. Private security's been brought in to try to tackle the problem.
With the additional police coming through, actually that partnership's only going to get better, safety's going to improve, and our businesses will be really happy that this has finally happened because we've been calling for it for quite some time.
They're concerned, like I am, about the reputational damage when somebody's a victim of crime in the centre of our great city. So we've got to make sure we reduce the numbers of victims of crime.
But some might say, why is it taking so long to actually do that? People will say, we've been asking for extra officers for years.
Well, over the last year, we've reduced personal robbery by 20% in the West End. Over the last year, we've reduced violence with injury in the West End by more than 25%.
The Met says with a shrinking force, it's having to work smarter, targeting resources. So will Londoners see a difference? Sonia Jessup, BBC London.
An inquest has heard that 2 pilots and a medic died from severe traumatic head injuries after their plane crashed shortly after takeoff earlier this month. It happened at London's Southend Airport on the 13th of July. 4 people who were on board died at the scene. Today, the senior coroner, Lincoln Brooks, described what happened as an absolute tragedy as the inquest into the crash opened. 2 rival bids to build a 3rd runway at Heathrow Airport will go before the government today. One of the proposals will come from Heathrow Airport Limited. The hotel tycoon Surinder Arora has published a rival £25 billion plan that includes what he says would be a shorter, more affordable runway.
At the end of the day, we're not the decision-making organisation. It's down to His Majesty's government and the regulator. We'll just put our best case forward. How can we be more efficient? How can we offer something that is deliverable and we're world leaders and offer that hospitality experience?
More now on our investigation into illegal cigarettes, tobacco or vape products seized in the past year. In London, 245 shops in Barking and Dagenham had illegal goods seized. That's the highest number in the country. Our reporter Alex Hattonstone has been out with officers.
Nazir and his team at Trading Standards are on a mission to sniff out crime on the high street. We're heading into a convenience store he suspects is selling illegal goods. Stashed in the back are illicit cigarettes and vapes. The labelling means it's not clear where they've been made, what's in them and what extra risks they might pose.
This might look like a normal shop, but if we go out the back, one of the dogs has been sniffing around And if you follow me here, behind this wall, earlier trading standards found a whole stash of illegal cigarettes hidden.
The BBC found around 3,500 shops had illegal cigarettes, tobacco or vape products seized in the past year. But Trading Standards was involved in fewer than 300 shop closures. These were mostly temporary. Officers have limited powers to close shops. Lots of the shops seized from were convenience stores, but illegal goods have been found everywhere from furniture stores to internet cafes.
We found a few bags here with illicit vapes. As you can see, it's got 9,000 puffs on it, so typically it should have 600 puffs, which equates to about 2 ml of nicotine liquid. The tobacco related product reg says you cannot have anything more than 2 ml in the actual vessel itself. And now the new ban that coming from 1st of June, you cannot sell any single-use vapes.
The British Independent Retailers Association wants to see more powers to close shops longer term. The government says extra neighbourhood policing officers and patrols will play a key role in cracking down on illegal tobacco sales, while Border Force will continue to ensure those products don't reach shops.
Looking at the amount of goods we've seized today, roughly, I would say over £5,000. It's quite a lot. If you consider, the number of shops we'll visit, multiply that with 5,000, you're looking at quite a large sum of money that's the government would have lost out.
The number of shops that have had illegal goods seized from them has risen by almost 20% in the past 3 years, and legitimate businesses are feeling the pressure as criminals continue to operate on the high street. Alex Hattonstone, BBC London.
Now, all this might be making you feel a little bit hungry this lunchtime, but it's not entirely as it seems. It's actually an exhibition and none of what's being served here can be eaten. Confused? Well, I'll let Matt Gravely explain.
It's lunchtime in London, and here in the capital you've got lots of choice. But what about fish and chips? This chippy in Mayfair is fully stocked and open for business, but not everything is quite as it seems, because on the shelves and everywhere you look, more than 60,000 pieces of handmade felt. This is a bit of art. Lucy is the artist. How long did this take?
This installation took 8 months of hand sewing, hard work and determination.
Why a chippy?
A chippy is something that's so quintessentially British, and it's actually my favourite takeaway, so it was a strong choice, especially here in Mayfair.
We've got a cone of chips here, we've got salt, pepper, ketchup, tartar sauce. This isn't just something people can come and see, they can actually get involved.
Absolutely. It's really important to me that art is accessible, and you can come and purchase art for as little as £5, but the whole experience is free. So, we're open Wednesday to Sunday all through the next 6 weeks.
Thank you very much. As Lucy says, it's open tomorrow here at the Lindsay Ingram Gallery in Mayfair, and there'll be more information on this place tonight at BBC London at 6:30.
Looks delicious and very nicely takes us to the weather with Kate Kinsella.
Good afternoon. Another unsettled day today, but we did, at least in some spots, have a little bit of brightness first thing this morning. Elsewhere in London at that time, it was already raining, but the cloud covered all parts eventually to this rather overcast grey skies. We've had outbreaks of rain and showers, and this afternoon there's more to come. The Met Office has a yellow weather warning in place for thunderstorms, valid through to 9 o'clock tonight. Quite a bit of rain, short space of time could lead to flash flooding, frequent lightning. Towards the north over home counties, they should clear with a little bit of brightness perhaps by the end of the day. Temperatures there, 23 Celsius. In those showers, we're looking at 21 or 22. Now, the showers will clear away through this evening. Clear to start with overnight, a little bit of patchy cloud, the minimum temperature 11 Celsius, but it should stay dry. Into Friday, yes, we've still got some patchy cloud, but it's a much brighter start for all of us tomorrow morning. We'll see the temperature stay similar there, around 21 or 22 Celsius. Still some showers, one or two of which could be sharp in the afternoon, but certainly fewer showers than today. Now, as we head into the weekend, for Saturday, it is looking quite settled. We've got blue skies, sunshine, temperatures around 23 Celsius. There is a short spell of rain expected for Sunday, but should clear through the afternoon. Sunshine by the evening.
And that's all from me. There's more, of course, on the BBC News app and on BBC Radio London. But for now, let's go back to Nina for the rest of the BBC News at 1. Have a lovely afternoon.